Cobra Kai explored whatever took place to the karate child, bully Johnny Lawrence, who's played by William Zabka. The show's composer, Leo Birenberg, explained in detail how the show's concept song is just a component of Johnny's fantasy. He shared this distinctive insight into the effect of the Cobra Kai topic song on Martin Kove's podcast, Kicking It with the Koves. In today's video, let's get into what he had to say about the show's theme song. First up, the Cobra Kai scene that got Leo Birenberg the job. When creators Hayden Schlossberg, John Hurwitz, and Josh Heald launched Cobra Kai on YouTube, Birenberg and Zach Robinson obtained rough cuts to pitch in their rating. They took the series premiere scene where Johnny fights the children who are bullying Miguel, played by Zolo Mariduena, as their audition. Birenberg claimed on the show Kicking It with the Koves that for them, it was the first scene that was genuinely essential, and it was the initial project they presented to John, Josh, and Hayden. He revealed that the tone of the entire scene clearly showed musically where it was heading, to get encompassed by that struggle. Birenberg and Robinson officially started by setting the Cobra Kai combat to pre-existing music. Birenberg stated that he and Zach really liked to engage in a game where they imagined that some other composer had scored the scene. In his opinion, the temp was similar to the Bourne Identity. It was too serious for the moment because, let's face it, it was a serious moment. But what that type of score didn't do was provide Johnny's lens to it. Next, how Johnny Lawrence's thoughts grew to become the show's theme song. Birenberg and Robinson actually managed to compose a score that completely embodied Johnny's self-graphic. This is the tune that now plays in each and every episode of Cobra Kai. Birenberg mentioned that the thing they were always wondering about in every scene was whose lens they would see through in the article, since that's the way they inform the audience what emotion to pick up on. The first shot for them had to be the audio that Johnny hears in his head when he thinks that he's being a badass, and the theme song was his most significant example of that. It's also the same tune which is heading to kick off the complete story. For them, the code of the full amusement musically was going to get encompassed by the fight. The piece is now known as Strike First. It gets employed as the conclusion credits clearly show, to make sure all viewers are super familiar with it. The series manages to create a vast musical landscape for its composers, Robinson and Birenberg, allowing them to pay tribute to some of the corniest sonic touchstones in the most genre-bending ways, as the 37-track soundtrack sees the duo leading a massive 90-piece orchestra across many styles, from synthwave to hard rock to Japanese classical. Keen listeners will remember the nods to Bill Conti's score for the original 1984 film, since both Robinson and Birenberg wanted to ensure that they were scoring for Cobra Kai and not the Karate Kid. Also, after Strike First, the composers were on the right track. Birenberg remembers being so nervous that he was literally sweating right after they sent Strike First to the Cobra Kai creators. He admitted that after they wrote the theme, dispatched it off, they were holding their breath. It seems like the creators loved it from the get-go, so from there onwards, they went hard simply because they felt they could get away with it. Once they finally got their approval, it was off to the races. Next up, the composers break down John Kreese's theme. If you recall, the third season ended with an epic showdown between Johnny Lawrence and John Kreese. As the episode concluded, the first epic fight happened at the LaRusso home, where the younger characters got into a squabble. But that wasn't all. There was one last fight which happened at the Cobra Kai dojo. In the grand climax, Kreese is seen trying to convince Johnny to the dark side. It was at this moment that the composers introduced his theme in a soprano voice, something they'd never done before. Birenberg and Robinson reveal Kreese's motif was one of their favorites to score, as they consider him a master manipulator. During the season, they were even able to pay homage to some of their favorite 80s war action films. The duo revealed that they had used a lot of low strings and low muted brass timpani sounds throughout. They also incorporated the show's prime score, which consisted of guitar, big drums, bass, and 80s metal, and mixed in with grand orchestral sounds. In this way, Johnny's theme that plays throughout the series is woven into the storytelling. Finally, Cobra Kai boss explains how they continue to honor the Karate Kid. The mythology of the Karate Kid will always be at the center of Netflix's Cobra Kai, according to the show's creators. As the series enters its 5th season, Hayden Schlossberg and the Cobra Kai writing team continue to reference some important moments and characters from the 1980s movies. In the past, classic villains like Terry Silver and John Kreese have returned to challenge Ralph Macchio and William Zabka for the soul of the Cobra Kai dojo. But Schlossberg says the core of the Karate Kid is more than just cameos or returning characters. The creator revealed, "You have new characters, and with them, new perspectives and backgrounds. This expanding world of Cobra Kai continues to create a more diverse universe for the Karate Kid as it continues honoring the principles the original films were based on. He went on to say that each season, by the season finale, there are some crazy things happening in the San Fernando Valleys in Karate War. This is why he fell in love with the Karate Kid movies in the first place. He said that he feels that this is the reason the Karate Kid became a global phenomenon, and we couldn't agree more. And now for some other related news. Firstly, what we know about Cobra Kai Season 5 so far. The 5th season of the martial arts comedy drama is all set to fly kicks into Netflix on the 9th of September, and fans can't get enough of the dojo battles and interpersonal drama of the Cobra Kai universe. Now, Season 4 left viewers a bit shocked, so the anticipation around the next season keeps getting stronger. The audience waits to see if Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso will be able to defeat the villainous Terry Silver and John Kreese. Now, if you recall the original Karate Kid series, you'll know that Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence are the nemesis of each other. 34 years later, the two are getting along just fine and have actually teamed up. At the end of Season 4, we see that Miguel ends up hurting his back pretty badly, bringing the match to a halt. Miguel, of course, is Johnny's protege. The All-Valley Karate Tournament spans across the last two Season 4 episodes, The Fall and The Rise, with the finale being the longest episode of the season, clocking in at 47 minutes. Next, who are the cast members returning for Season 5? Despite the fact that production for the 5th season has already concluded, we've yet to learn any new cast members, notably the casting of Miguel's mystery father. It is reported that some returning characters will appear in the season finales of the last few seasons. There were no signs about Season 5, but given Terry Silver's return, numerous people speculated Terry's old pals, including Mike Barnes and Sean Cannon's roles in Karate Kid 3. We'll just have to wait and see whether we see them. Alicia Hannah Kim will play Kim Da-eun this season. New stunt performers will also appear in the series, including Stephen John Brown, Zach Duhaime, Jorge Longoria, and Tony Srey. And lastly, Miguel's story wasn't what Zolo thought it would be. Every season of Cobra Kai leaves the fans with a teaser of what's coming up next. The most difficult cliffhanger yet was Season 2, in which one character was in the hospital with a broken back. And then it took 2 years for Season 3 to air. Season 4 sets up Miguel's story, played by Zolo Mariduena. However, Mariduena himself said that many things had changed by the time they filmed Season 5. He discussed the upcoming Cobra Kai Season 5 on his podcast, Lone Lobos, which he hosts with co-star Jacob Bertrand. While he wouldn't spoil Season 5, he described how his storyline changed. Season 4 concludes with Miguel going to Mexico to find his father. He leaves a note for his mother, Carmen, who reveals his father doesn't know he has a son. Netflix greenlit the show for Season 5 before it even set the date for Season 4. Since they filmed it at the end of 2021, so now Mariduena knows what happens. But the actor believes the Cobra Kai Season 5 story will pay off. He should know. After all, Miguel was the one Robbie kicked off the second floor in Season 2. And since that worked out, maybe this will too. And that's a wrap for this video. What did you think about the score created by Leo Birenberg? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.